Hey guys, welcome to the Far Southwest podcast. My name is Sarayi and this is my first ever YouTube/podcast channel. So I'm pretty new with editing and uploading and stuff. So it's gonna take me a little while to quote unquote perfect it for you guys to make it enjoyable. But moving back on topic, let me introduce myself a little bit more. I'm 18 and an undergraduate at my local university within my city. Currently, I'm studying biomedical science as my major so I can go into veterinary medicine later on, which unfortunately I have heard that it is really hard than medical school itself, and honestly I'm kind of scared and second guessing it, but I think I'll be fine. Just have to push through, Sorry if I sound weird. My allergies are kind of getting to me, and honestly, I'm just really nervous. I was born and raised here in Texas. Some of the hobbies that I like to do is crochet, embroidering, cooking, and sometimes writing, but only when it's necessary for some of the assignments I need to turn in. But I just like writing sometimes because I think it's pretty fun. Also, one fact about myself is that I really like podcasts. I'm such a huge fan of podcasts. I was listening to Emma Chamberlain's podcast, but I kind of got bored of it. And then I continued on with this other podcast. It's a true crime podcast called Ron and Mingo. But honestly, I think some of the stuff that she talks about, some cases or some other stuff, is really interesting to hear. And because her cases are based off other cases around the world. It's not just within the US, which I think is really cool. Moving on. Sorry, I got a little off topic. Let's start off with discussing a little bit about what this podcast is going to be used for and the purpose of it. So the purpose of this podcast is going to be talking about some scientific topics that I'm currently learning about in school right now, and I'm going to discuss it with you all just based off of what I've learned about the topic, and sometimes it'll be a little bit more of some past things that I've learned about this topic, or just a little bit going more in depth with my opinions on it a little bit sometimes. Just depends on what scientific topic it is. But don't worry, throughout the podcast, when I am talking about scientific topics, I will say oh, this is what I learned today, or this is what I've heard before, or warning, it's based off my own opinion, just so you guys don't get confused. This podcast isn't just gonna be all about science. In the beginning, it will be about science topics and what I'm currently learning in school, but as I currently know, for later on, I'll be talking about some other stuff. I know for sure there's gonna be one episode about a true crime, a famous true crime, but I have not chosen which one, but it is in the works for that episode. But just for now, it is currently going to be about science and those science topics that I will be learning these past, however the timeline of my school is going to be of me learning these topics. But I'm going to be 100% honest and transparent with y'all. I don't know who to expect for my audience to be. I know maybe a large variety might be people who like science or like just like podcasts or you know listening to some of the later episodes that I'm gonna have that are gonna be other than science, probably. Which again, it's still in the works of me doing it. But I also want to bring up that I might bring other people onto this podcast, just depending on what topic and how much I know that they know about this topic. But it's also so you guys can hear someone else's voicing their opinions and knowledge on the scientific topic, and it won't be just me. And it's also so you guys won't get bored of my voice, but that's okay. Overall, I think that's it for this introduction episode. So, thank you for listening and having the patience to listen to my introduction on this podcast. I hope y'all have a good day, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.